And we're back with another episode of Real Life Movie Talk. It is your boy, Chris.
Blockbuster Ben.
John.
H-less John. We've separated. We're not close for these anymore, John.
No. I miss you.
Aww.
I miss the way you smell.
Aww.
I miss your musk.
Maybe when you come back, we could get a place together.
Yeah.
Hey, you might want to sit the next couple plays out.
Oh, man.
What a conglomerate of group of people that is.
Yeah. So I guess now we've already talked about the snack on the podcast. We don't really need to go into that. You could show Jen's pizza if you want, because that thing looks fucking
New
banging.
snack alert.
Yeah. Oh, you can see it. I didn't even realize
there,
you could see it. Well, I wasn't even paying attention to that. So Jen brought down this lovely looking cauliflower pizza with Nashville hot and ranch mix.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's
Interesting
not hot
move.
anymore. Darn it.
To
Here,
dip.
Swing that up. Dip. I'm going to swing this dip on around here.
Yeah.
You
Looking
just
forward to getting
center that. What's that drink on my elbow
That's
there?
empty.
Just stir it with the old tip. Stick your tip in there and stir.
Tipsters? Tipsters?
Yeah.
It's a new thing.
Got it.
Tipsters for the hipsters.
Phenomenal.
That was excellent
Excellent job, John.
Sound like a fake.
No, it is. This sauce, man, that's good.
Thanks, Jen.
Yep. Appreciate you.
Janice.
Yeah.
Have you guys been watching anything outside of this movie we're about to read? Did you watch anything? Because we've kind of skipped over that last couple times, but
I finished Peacemaker. I think I talked about that, but I just finished it. It's fucking good.
yeah.
I will say one thing I want to talk about.
Just say it.
South Park has a new season out.
Oh.
And as always, super controversial. But I laughed so hard.
Yeah?
I guess the premise of the people they're going after is uncultured bias. And if you're not familiar with South Park, there's one black kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that?
I do now.
No? You guys watch it?
I've never really watched. I've seen a couple episodes.
Oh,
I'm not like familiar.
So the black kid in town, his name is Token,
That is fucking hilarious.
right? And it's been that way for 25 seasons. And this episode, Token's family comes over to the Marshes to have a conversation about how they need a black guy on their business or they won't sell anything because everyone wants to buy from diverse companies now. Whatever.
Right.
They have him out there, and they're like, yeah, it's my friend Tolkien. He's like, you mean Token? He's like, no, Tolkien. He's named after the writer of the Lord of the Rings. And Stan goes, it's not Token? Like, and he doesn't say anything. And then he calls all of his friends, right? And he's like, hey, did you know Tolkien is named after the guy from the Lord of the Rings? He's like, yeah, of course, dude. What else would it be named after? And Stan starts flipping out, and he goes to see a doctor because he thinks he's racist.
Right.
And the doctor's like, I don't really help with it. It's like an actual doctor. He's like, I don't really help with that kind of stuff, but what are you talking about? He's like, I thought my friend's name was Token because he's black. And he goes, get out of my office, you racist piece of shit. And then the dude stops and looks at the camera and goes, that's the problem with this country. And if you or anyone you know has ever thought that kid's name was Token, you're the problem, you racist piece of shit. And I was dying. I was
so funny.
dying.
South Park's wild, man. Yeah, that's
So clever.
Yeah.
So clever.
they pushed the envelope for so long. It's pretty wild.
The
I don't know how,
producers
I don't know
blame
how they're
us.
still on.
Me either.
I don't know how they're still on.
Especially now. You know, like back, you could watch things from back in the day. Like we've been watching.
Like The Office.
I was going to say Eastbound and Down because there is some shit in Eastbound and Down, dude. I just watched. We're on season 4, so we're almost done with it. And again, I'd seen it. Courtney's never seen it, but like they're in. I forget what episode it is, but it's an episode where Kenny has to. He's doing like a dragon boat race with the guys that he's now on TV with. And they're doing it for charity, so he has to pick a charity, right? And like his charity is young black kids. That's his charity, right? So they go to this. They're in like a poor neighborhood, and there are all these kids like playing. Like I forget what they were doing, but they were just running around like a field or something. But they're gonna teach them to play baseball. It's Kenny Powers' his youth baseball initiative, whatever the fuck. But he's giving a speech, and it's the most ridiculous thing.
Whoa!
Word.
Fresh.
Dope.
Paper.
Jams.
Badonkadonks.
Straight talk. That's what we're here for today, you guys. I know what you guys are thinking. Who the hell this cracker think he is? Walking up in here, this honky motherfucker. Well, don't be thinking that kind of stuff, guys.
Don't be racist.
Like and Steve. Do you remember Stevie Janowski?
Yeah,
his
yeah.
friend, one of the best characters ever, right?
Fuck you, Kenny.
Yeah. But he says something like, Kenny says something about we're not like.
I'm here to amend for the atrocities of my ancestors. You think I'm proud to come from a fucking powdered wig, wooden teeth motherfucker?
Look, George Washington didn't do shit. He could suck my fucking dick. I fucking hate that.
That's street talk, y'all. Hope y'all can get where we're coming from.
I was like,
Whoa.
yeah. Oh man, I was like, this show was off the chain.
Yeah. If you should watch South Park, I think you would love it.
I'll get into it.
They had a whole season called cancel South Park.
It's on HBO, right?
HBO Max.
Okay,
all
I'll
25 seasons.
I'll try to dive in. Yeah, that's. Oh man.
It's wild.
Yeah. All right.
Anything else?
Peaky Blinders, final season again.
Hell
It's
yeah.
already started.
No. I started the final season. I thought it started last week.
The fucking
So the
Peaky
season before the
Blinders?
final season.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The last season.
God, it's so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and Snowfall's back, but I haven't watched it yet.
It came.
Wednesday, new episode.
Did they release all of it or just one episode?
I think just the first episode.
Okay.
Hulu, I think. Snowfall's amazing.
All right, I'll check it out.
Yep.
I started some show on HBO Max, but I can't find it or remember what it's called.
Sounds good.
It's about these really rich people in New York. A bunch of two different families.
Secession.
No. This is like
I hear that's good.
This is like early 1900s. It's about
Is it from the people that did Downton Abbey?
Yes.
It's brand new.
Yeah.
It just like hit.
I just started it.
Yeah, I haven't watched
It's
it.
kind of. I can't decide if I like it or hate it yet.
Okay.
Ooh, Inventing Anna's pretty good too.
I've
Just
heard.
throwing that out there.
I've heard that's the
You
girl
made me
from-
think of it with what you said.
That's the girl from Ozark,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, her accent's
Ruth.
so bad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. You know that's a true story, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I did watch the Boeing documentary. That's a fucking crazy ass documentary. You should
Really?
watch it. Yeah. About those jets that fucking crashed.
Okay,
And
I
them
saw-
them knowingly building them.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that on there too. I want to see that, and I want to watch that Kanye documentary too.
I won't
That's
watch
on.
that.
I watched the first episode. It was kind of boring.
I can't
Oh,
get with
really?
Kanye.
But
Okay.
it might get better.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious.
I'm not. I hate him.
Okay.
You don't like Kanye?
Uh-uh.
All right. Never.
Yeah, like Through the Wire days.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just jump into this movie then, since we don't like Kanye.
Let's do it.
Let's just.
Okay.
Pivot.
We have
Yeah.
not jumped into this movie.
No, we're about to.
Yeah.
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 So we watched The King's Man.
Or did we?
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Came out. It's actually supposed to come out in 2019. It got pushed. And it finally came out December 2021. Yeah. Rated R, 2 hours and 11 minutes. Directed by Matthew Vaughn, who did Layer Cake, which I keep telling you to watch. It's incredible. Kick Ass, X-Men First Class, and the previous two Kingsman movies.
I can't watch Layer Cake until after March 17th. It'll make me
Layer
relapse.
Cake, right?
That's what I said.
Yeah, Layer Cake. It's not about dessert at all.
It's about a cake that's stuck in a layer.
Also not true. It's about
About
drugs.
Smith Island?
It's about drugs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like drugs.
It's
I like drugs.
Daniel Craig, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Okay.
It's so good.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah, Layer
Yeah, that's good. It is really good. I didn't know what it was called, but
Yeah.
And
Layer
he
Cake,
honestly
man.
said like 2 weeks ago in our text that he has no idea any of the movies that we've reviewed.
I said, Chris.
I'm not joking.
I said Chris has reviewed the last 4 movies. Out of the last 4 movies, 3 of them he rated 7.4. He goes, I couldn't tell you the last 4 movies we reviewed.
And I said 2 and they were wrong. They weren't even the last 2. They were the 2 before that.
yeah, fucking crazy.
We had just did Jackass.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I have
anyway.
to look at the scoring system every week, and I created it, no one's even asked me if I have a memory problem.
it.
Yeah. No, we created that. That scale, the numbers, obviously we didn't invent, but like what each number
I know you
means.
guys didn't invent numbers, Ben.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
What
Fairly
about a
sure.
Clevin?
I'm sorry.
know what that is.
In Matt's last name?
6 plus
Clevin's
Clevin,
good.
get you home by 7.
But okay, so if you've seen the first 2 Kingsman movies that came out, this one is set
Prequel.
prequel, all before that, way before. And it's in the early years of the 20th century, World War I era. The Kingsman Agency is being formed to stand against a group of individuals similar to, let's say, Dr. Evil and his merry band of misfits, plotting to, but more serious, I think. They're plotting to, they were plotting to start a war, and then it kind of just worked out for them. And
Spoiler alert.
They want to kill millions, you know? That's what
Hey, if you guys are still listening from the podcast and haven't watched this movie, you should turn this off. Because we're going to give a lot away here.
Well, we say spoilers before we spoil, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
kind of did a little bit.
No,
right
that's the plot. That's how the plot is written.
Oh.
Yeah, on like the summary page or
there. Oh,
whatever.
people read a summary page before they watch movies?
Sometimes.
No, just you.
Okay. Well, I mean, when I have to do this, I
John,
read it.
we're professional movie critics. You don't read the summary page?
What's the last movie we reviewed?
Last week.
Hold on.
Unreal.
Don't
no
do
way.
that.
He's fucking around, right? He has to be.
No, hold on. That was fucking Monday, wasn't it?
It was not even
4
a week
days
ago.
ago.
Yeah.
It's on the tip of my tongue. We went and saw it in theaters.
Yep.
Deaf on the Nile.
There you
Deaf on the
go.
Nile.
Deaf on it now.
Yeah, that lady that couldn't
Can't
hear.
on the river.
What, you make fun of disabilities, bro?
No.
He's already done that once.
No, I have not.
You did it in the podcast.
I did not make fun. I asked a question. That was not making fun. I clearly said, can you have a driver's license with Parkinson's? That was not. I made sure.
You kind of led with, can he drive?
Yeah, but that wasn't making fun.
You sound like the kids behind you at the concert.
Maybe a little.
Okay.
Okay.
You ever watch your son park?
And I digress. Come on.
That is parking son.
But it's okay. So
I was
it's-
going to say that joke earlier. I was afraid that photos in there.
Yeah, wait for the movie review where our audience
Where you
is
say it?
much more conservative.
you say it?
stars Ralph Fiennes, Gemma Arterton, Rhys Ifans, Harris Dickerson, and Djimon Hounsou. But there's a whole bunch of other people in it as well. There's a top bill cast.
What's
right
the
there.
black guy's name?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Djimon Hounsou.
That's my boy from Gladiator.
I love that guy.
You talking about his real name or his name in the movie?
the real name.
Yeah, Djimon Hounsou.
Yeah.
He's in Blood,
Asian.
Blood Diamond, Amistad. Yeah, really good actor.
Gladiator.
Never back down.
Gladiator. Yeah. Oh,
You will see them again, but not yet.
Yep.
I'm Star Lord. Who?
Oh yeah. But what did you guys think of the movie?
I liked it. I don't know what other people thought, but I thought it was entertaining. I love period pieces when it comes to like the beginning stages of like espionage. I like seeing the old fashioned way they would have to gather intelligence.
Yeah.
Because now I feel like
Code breaking.
all of those movies are based on the technology they have now or make technology up to be in espionage. Back then it's like cool they're doing it the old fashioned way.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
What was that movie that what's it? Doctor Strange was in, where he was that
The Imitation Game.
yeah, where he was that genius that broke that code.
Yeah.
Good movie.
That was wild.
Yep.
Yeah, it
That's a
was
true
long.
story. Yeah.
But yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought it was good. I didn't love it. I love the first one, and I really liked the second one. This one was like, it was all right. I liked it. It was cool action. Specifically, this one sword fight. You know.
You motherfucker.
Okay, we're not in the likes yet.
I'm not cussing.
Okay?
Spoiler alert, there's a sword fight.
I thought it was a little too long. You know, I wasn't really sure what
She
it was
said.
supposed to be about. Like I knew what it was about, but it was like they took a really long road to get there.
You
You,
didn't
know what I
read
mean?
the movie
Like-
notes?
Huh?
You didn't read the movie notes?
Not beforehand, no. But yeah, I thought it was good enough. It was entertaining. You know, there you go.
Yeah,
John?
I agree.
Okay.
Yep.
Concur.
Yep.
Move on.
I'm just going to start going last, apparently. I don't know.
No. I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, but anything else before we jump into some spoilers?
I don't. I didn't really feel like it was too long. I feel like there was enough action. There was a lot of like potential. What could have potentially been like a climax scene in the movie, all the way until the last one. Like there was good build to every. You know what I mean? Every little story had
I
enough.
thought so.
Had enough. It was a short enough roller coaster, I guess. Like
I like a lot of the risks it took.
Okay. Well, what I mean is that like there's the one major climax, the one that I was like, whoa. And I just happened to look. I was like, God damn, there's 45 minutes left in this fucking movie.
I noticed that also.
Which is what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I like. That they
Okay.
for a movie to do something like that's pretty cool.
The twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might be my favorite part of the whole movie.
Yeah, me too. I was like, oh, we better be a badass. That-
All right. So you want to get some spoilers?
Spoilers.
All right. So let's do likes first, Avi. That's what we always do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go last.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah.
Well,
You mind if I go? No,
Yeah, no, you can go.
I'm just joking.
I don't know if the sword fight. Are you talking about the ending?
The final sword
Okay,
fight.
so I as the movie progressed, and then you see here I wrote all the fight scenes. Like I thought they did a great job with the choreography in this. It didn't seem like a whole lot of CGI.
No,
I
would agree
particularly
with that.
liked the earlier fight when what is the black guy's name in the movie?
Shola.
Shola. So you get to see him early on fighting the boy.
when they're practicing.
Yeah. And he's like, could you fight without an arm or whatever?
Because he
like,
scratched
he's
his
like,
arm.
if I had somebody to fight, and he's got all the scars on him.
Yeah.
So he set you up for him to be a badass, and then they go to kill Rasputin or whatever, and he gets in that fight with him. That first fight, those two, is pretty impressive. That even just the way the whole thing is choreographed was pretty good.
Yeah.
But then when his son gets involved and he's in there and he's got him yanked up. He just got him leaned over and he starts like pretending like he's humping him while he's licking his lips at his dad. Dude, I fucking lost it.
Courtney lost it too. She was like,
lost it.
I mean,
when he
she
did that.
outburst.
Oh, yeah.
It was insane. I was like, what the fuck are we watching?
Screaming out loud because
Yeah.
I did not see that coming in this movie at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not like even after they kind of lead to it with him saying, we like Russians like the fuck or whatever like that. I didn't see that exact scene coming. The whole lick the lip part was so fucking over the top. I was like, huh, no, he just did that to his dad was crawling in.
The only thing that like makes me think that like shit like that could happen is that these are based off comic books, right? So in comics, it's like sometimes anything goes, you know, like, and historically with these movies, choreography has been fucking on point. Like the first one, remember the shootout in the church? It was one of the best gunfights I've ever seen. You know, so they, to fully support your point, have been on par, if not better, with their fights as they go on.
Second one has Samuel L. Jackson?
No, the
No, that's
first one.
Okay.
First one.
I
Second
like
one
the
has
first
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
The second one was okay. That was the ring, the circle, or whatever.
America.
The golden.
The golden triangle or the
Who
golden
was the
circle.
it was a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like that one as much.
No, the first one is fucking.
Yeah, the first one had like a
King.
lot of humor mixed in with a lot of seriousness, which I loved. And this one had some of it. We haven't jumped into dislikes yet. But,
Not yet, no. Yeah.
I already kind of talked about what I liked with the whole period piece part.
Okay. So for me, something aside from like the sword fight that I mentioned at the end, but I really loved the costumes, like their suits when they go to those tailors, man. Like they just are so sharp and so well put together. Like a bucket list thing for me is one day I plan to go to a suit shop like that, like a tailor, and get a suit from a place like that. Like spend the money.
In the cashmere business?
You mean abroad, or do you want to go here in America?
I feel like London is where you gotta go, right? I mean, I know they have them here, but like
I feel like Italy.
Italy.
or Italy, okay.
Yeah.
But like London, man.
I'll let your boy Gino.
Yeah.
You should really try Russia.
Or probably get him on the cheap right now. Get some ruples, go right over there.
Yeah. No, I thought the suits were fucking top notch, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead. Dislikes, go.
I
hated the suits.
Loved.
Suits were shit.
James Bond suits are so much nicer.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, I'm just fucking with you.
I really like the bad guy that you're talking about. That licked the priest. That licked his lips and humped the
Rasputin.
son. Rasputin.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I dislike that he got killed off early.
That's funny. Yeah.
If he would have usurped the league, that would have been ball. That would have been. I was hoping for that the whole time because he even
Yeah.
acted like he was going to in the
Yeah.
beginning. So I just wish it was him.
Yeah.
A good villain can make a movie, and he made the first half of this movie awesome.
He was entertaining as
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in my director's hat thing. Similar to what you're saying, but
What if no one gave him any of those cues? Like he was supposed to be killed the whole time, and he just showed up wild like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh well, shit, we should have kept him."
I mean, that's even the trailer billed him as like
Oh, yeah.
the bad guy.
yeah, he's got the look and the voice.
Yeah, so that's what I wrote down. Is like I felt like the villains, like as a whole in the movie, were meh because he's like
They were overshadowed.
he's super entertaining, right? But then you lose him, and it's like, well, what the fuck?
More than entertaining, like he actually had a power.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. And then when the final villain is revealed of who it is, you're like, the fuck?
Who cares?
Yeah, who gives a shit? That's how I felt, and so I don't know. That was my dislike. Yeah, the main one.
Plus, they revealed him, and then he died within like 10 minutes. And I hate when movies do that.
And then you're like, haha, it was this guy the whole time.
But he shows up and he's like, "I am the villain,
Yeah.
dead." Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I thought it was him at the beginning. Just the way they use his character.
Yeah.
He's always kind of just listening. In the scene where they shut the doors and he's just standing there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's gonna be the bad guy because they never show his face. I was like, obviously it's somebody that we see
Right.
regularly.
Yeah.
But isn't a main part in this. At first, I thought maybe it was the general that he meets, the father or his father, right?
The the like older guy, the commander.
His commanding officer.
Yeah, because he's always a bad guy in like every movie.
Yeah. What is it? Golden Child. My dear brother Noopsy. You don't remember that with him and Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
Golden Son.
Oh,
It's the Golden Child.
Golden Child.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, he's the bad guy in that.
Yeah.
So
He's a good actor. He's a really good actor.
Yeah. So I don't know. I can't help but try to figure out who it is. They could have did a little more with him to make him look righteous. But
Yeah, something more of a backstory, something to connect. But they shouldn't have. He should have showed his face, and then homeboy from Russia, whatever, should have sliced his head off, and then he was the bad guy. Yeah. And he should have lived. That dude should have had a lineage of children that span like the James Bond octopus thing.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Yeah.
Octopussy.
Director said.
I didn't like how the father took his son, so he allowed him. He didn't want. He made a promise to his wife, essentially on her deathbed. Doesn't let him join the military. Then, because he needs him to be a good-looking gay boy, he takes him to this party to try to kill Rasputin. They both do really well in the battle, save each other's lives, come back. Dad says he's proud of him. He's like, good, I'm joining the service. And his dad is still completely against it. That makes no sense to me. It's okay when it's fucking convenient for you.
Yeah.
That was what I couldn't. I didn't like that part. Like, if he just proved himself to you and you just admitted that he saved your life in there, why would you not let him go? I mean, obviously, outcome didn't work out for him in a odd way.
I mean, that truly was a shocking moment, right? Like, so it works out where Conrad, his son, gets in the service, but then through like back channels, he switches places with another guy. So he like his dad pulls some strings to get him like a desk job.
Major
basically.
spoilers now.
We said spoilers.
No, major.
Yeah.
This one's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So his dad pulls some strings to get him a desk job, and then he was like, "Well, fuck you, I can play that game too." So then he switches places with another soldier and goes to war, and
Sends the soldier to his house.
Yeah. And so he gets caught in no man's land in this big battle, which I mean
It was a badass scene.
And just to preface a bit, he'd been training his entire life. Like this
Right.
dude, the whole movie, he's gonna be the first Kingsman. Like you just know it.
Yeah.
Exactly,
That's what he's
yeah.
being built for.
Yep.
And the no man's land scene, everyone dies but him. He's dodging
Brings the guy
bullets.
back just like his dad did when he was in.
On the thing, yeah.
He said, I don't go back by myself. We're going back together.
Yep. He gets in the trench, and this other soldier questions him or something. What's your name? Whatever. And he's like, I'm so and so. He's like, no, that's my friend. I know that guy. You're not him. He's like, all right, let me explain. The guy's like, you're a fucking German spy. Bang!
Yeah.
Shoots him right in his fucking head. And I was like,
Loved it.
I mean, it threw me. I was like, holy
That was
shit.
That's a cinematic risk.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
like it.
and that.
It played.
Yes, it did. Because then that's the moment what I was talking about where there's still 45 minutes left in the movie, and you're like, holy shit. Like Chris just said, you thought this dude the whole time, he's going to be the first. He's going to be Michael Caine from the first movie, right? He's the head of the table. And you're like, what the fuck?
He could just be a head at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Well, maybe not. Got blown off.
Not just the forehead.
Yeah,
That's the
when
second forehead shot.
Yeah, it stopped me when it happened too. I was just like,
Yeah.
wow, good for this movie.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like it's bold.
And they didn't wait for like a downtime point. You know what I mean?
Nope.
It's not like they waited till the movie was kind of slow. That was a pretty. I mean, it was. You were on the edge of your seat there for a good 10 or 15 minutes when when he makes it across the field, he has to fight that guy. One of his buddies fucking shoots the guy who's about to kill him, saves him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There isn't much downtime there. Then he has a haul ass back across with a guy on his back,
Yeah.
and then you're kind of just winding down, and then pop.
Yeah, you're like, oh shoot, he
game
made
changer.
it
Right.
finally.
Yeah.
Good. Now let's see what he does. Let's see if his dad's
gonna be so proud of him.
Dead.
Yep.
That's war, man.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, Ukraine and Russia.
What about some quotes? Do you guys have some quotes? I have a couple, but I'll go last again so as to not steal.
I'm sure Breezy has a bunch.
No, I don't.
Okay. John? I'll go. Okay.
You go.
I have a couple.
All right.
I'll say one was from the dinner party when he was trying to get his son, like you mentioned, to like they were going to use him as like a honeypot, right?
Is it what Rasputin says to him as he walks away?
So no, it's what. So there, Orlando, Conrad's father, Ralph Fiennes' character, the main guy, is talking to Rasputin, and they're kind of like it's like one of those James Bond where he first meets the villain moments where they're like kind of bantering with each other, whatever. But then Rasputin says, I only make decisions when my stomach is full or my balls that are empty, right? And Orlando goes, well, thank God dinner's being served.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was a great fucking line. I was like, top notch.
It's funny. I have a quote from a movie I saw this week.
Perfect. Hopefully it was the one we're
What's the
reviewing.
What's the married movie you guys said you didn't want to watch?
Marry me.
Yeah, I watched that this week in spite of you guys.
And?
The quote was, if you sit in the question long enough, the answer will find you.
Uh-huh.
That was it.
What would you score that movie?
Oh,
5-3.
yeah, it wasn't very good.
Yeah.
There was one song, though, I thought was a banger.
Really?
Not the main song, but she was singing, like, in the middle of a movie because she's a recording artist. And I was like, dang, this is hitting a little bit.
Okay, girl.
Yeah.
Okay, J-Lo.
Yeah. But it was a cute movie.
Go.
All right, so I have two. One was early on when he's talking to his son, and it's I think it's when they get before they go kill Rasputin, and he's trying to convince his dad to let him join the service because he, in the earlier scene, he said that he would like to enlist or enroll or whatever. He said it would be an honor because he says it to that general or whatever, and even his dad was like, an honor, and then later on they're talking about it, and he's like, look, I was given this in town, and it was a white feather, and he said that's a sign of a coward. And he said, I'm just supposed to take that. And he said, reputation is what people think of you. Character is who you are. And I really like that quote.
It's a good
I
one.
like that one, yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. There was a...
I do have one.
Oh, go.
I forget what the guy's name is. The black guy.
Oh.
Shola.
Shola, they wanted him to get in an airplane early in the movie. He said,
That's the end of the movie.
if God wanted me to fly, I would have wings.
Oh, yeah.
And he said...
I've heard that before. This movie.
in a lot of movies,
Yeah.
but the response was funny. He's never heard that
Yeah,
before.
that
He
was
said,
funny.
"Well, God didn't give you wheels, and you still drive."
Yep,
Yeah,
that's a
he
great
shut him
one.
right up.
Yeah.
That was his son.
Yeah.
That was
That-
Conrad.
and it's only funny because you hear, "If God wanted me to fly, I'd give me wings," in a lot of stuff, and that's a pretty funny
Yep,
response.
that's good. That is good. Polly had a good one. The maid. Is she the maid? She was pretending to be the maid.
This
right?
girl.
Yeah. She was talking to Conrad, and she said she was explaining why why Conrad should be allowed. No, she was talking to Orlando about why Conrad should be allowed to join the service. And she says, "The more you fear something, the more likely it is to come true." I thought that was pretty good too. And what's his face? Kitchener, the general.
Huh?
He had one, which was actually a play on something Patton actually said. Patton said it more.
Copyright infringement.
Yeah, Patton's quote was a little more aggressive.
He was known for that.
But Kitchener said the object of war is not to die for one's country, but to make the enemy die for theirs. And I think that's a good one too,
Yeah.
especially
That is a
since
good
it's
line, yeah.
especially since it's kind of loosely based on a real thing. That's a really cool thing about this movie is they used actual historical things, and it was like interwoven with all the fiction.
That's when you said World War I era. So before it had to be a little bit before that, right?
I was during because No Man's Land was World War One.
Don't they bring somebody special in at the very end? Is he?
Yeah,
Is
so
he who he is?
He becomes prevalent
Yeah.
after World War
Yeah.
One. Am I right?
I missed the credits.
Oh man, so
If that's what you're talking
Hitler.
about.
yeah, Hitler shows up.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's up, my guy?
But yeah,
Just joking. Fuck him.
Yeah, some my guy. But yeah, so he shows up between World War One as like a prominent figure, I think, in Germany. Excuse my history if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that like that's when he starts his rise is after World War One. I'm pretty sure
It is, yeah,
Yeah.
because we put a bunch of sanctions on Germany, and he uses the Jews as a scapegoat as to why sanctions are harsh and their
Yeah.
economy sucks.
Yeah.
I have one other quote.
Yeah, please do.
I'm really glad that we all put our phone on vibrate before this kicks off. It's like
Me
very
too.
professional.
Mine is on vibrate.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You're the
The other one was and you see it take a toll or become relevant when his son almost dies. But he says when he's trying to explain to him how graphic war is, he said, "Every man that I killed a piece of myself." And then when he gets through that battlefield and gets to the other side and he's finally safe, he's just laying in that fucking corner crying. And that's when the guy who's sitting there with his leg cut off kind of
Yeah.
like brings him back to his sanity. But and there was another one earlier, like you don't understand the power of man when he's at war. You're just a boy or something like that. But they're both kind of play into like he really wasn't ready. It wasn't what he thought it was going to be.
Oh, no one ever is. I guess is the answer.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you train all you want to be the best fighter, the most prepared. To not flinch, to
Watch your mom die
to
when you're
react.
young.
Yeah, not be you be proactive, not reactive in scenarios, but. You don't know your emotion. There's no unless you practice killing people. There's no training for the emotional effects of the first guy he killed begged. He said, "Please, please don't."
Yeah,
and he still fucking stabbed him. You know what I mean? You got to do it because that guy was just about to kill you, and he will if you let him go.
Yep.
That's where your brain. I mean, it's easy to say that's where your brain is going to be because you're doing something for your country, but you don't know that for sure. I mean, you just took a man's life.
Yeah,
it's true.
I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
No one could ever know, but I know that I wouldn't care.
Would you guys change anything? Would you do if you were the director?
Director's hat for me.
You got headphones on. You don't need to do that.
Just do it.
All right.
I would have made the original villain come back and be the villain at the end.
Rasputin.
Rasputin.
That's mine too. It goes right in hand with my dislike. Yeah.
You don't need
No one else wants it.
No, I mean it's like he would have if he was the center, like if he overtook and became the head, like because he they hint like he's got these like magical powers and shit, like so it's that should have been the way they handled the villains. I thought was poor, and I wouldn't have done it that way.
I really thought he was going to slide out, and when they just showed his legs, I thought he was going to slide out and disappear in that water. They were going to assume he was dead.
Yep.
And then there was going to be a dramatic scene where Oxford or the boy Conrad kill that head of the table.
Yeah.
And then you find out that Rasputin is still pulling strings somewhere. Mm-hmm. And then that just doesn't happen. Like,
No.
why give the guy with the fucking magical powers who can cure people and put people in trances?
Yeah.
Why, you know what I'm saying?
Why kill him?
Yeah.
That's the
My
guy.
man eats
That
poison.
is the guy.
My man eats poison for breakfast, so he can't be poisoned.
He said, "Cake didn't sit well with me."
You know what else tastes like almond? Cyanide.
Yeah, that's fucking. He's a wild boy, man. That was. Yep, he
did.
had control over the Russian czar. Like, yeah, that you had.
And he
a
just got
good
killed by the girl.
Great
Yeah.
character.
Yep. Well,
Scores?
Scores?
You gonna be able to do it out the sheet?
8-2.
ooh.
I have
Okay,
it pulled up on my phone.
John.
7-7.
Okay.
Can I guess your score?
Oh, let me guess his score.
Okay. Let me write it down. Okay.
You can say it out loud. 6-8 is what you're saying. I'm
Oh, you already wrote it down?
I'm going 7-3.
6-8.
You saw him write it down?
I see.
6-8. I will say I came up after talking with you guys. I was really in like the high fives.
Well,
'Cause I was so pissed about the whole villain shit, man. Like it really was like it was kind of whack, But like after talking and like discussing all the other great things that did
The
happen.
action scenes were so good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
The graphics, the special effects, the filming was great. I don't know.
Although-
I thought all the characters did a fairly good job of playing their role.
I'll tell you.
It is upsetting that we lose Rasputin because he plays the best villain.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what hits me though with this specifically. I couldn't finish it in one go because I had something going on. I didn't know we were reviewing it. I had already started it. But then when I stopped it, I was excited to finish it.
Yeah.
And there's movies we review where I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, let's see what happens. But this one, I was like, ooh, get
The
that
Matrix.
back on.
Well, I also like I said, we watched it Tuesday night, Courtney and I, and then because you guys were, I texted Jason. He said you guys had 4, so I was like, oh, let me do it. I'll just fucking watch it again. So I put it on. I watched like the first. While I ate dinner, I watched like the first hour before I came over here, and that also helped. I was like, oh, okay. It's like I don't know what it has been lately, but like my second time through some movies has been like, oh, it's like okay. Sometimes I don't know. It just
Clicks.
yeah, and so I would recommend the movie. I know I'm a 6-8, but I would say watch it because it is cool the way they leave things and set things up for probably another movie.
There's definitely going to be another one between this and
Hitler shows up. That's pretty
Hitler
cool. I didn't
with
know
that,
that.
I think
but-
that's going to be pretty wild. They got Ralph Fiennes now as the head of the table, and they set up the whole thing about Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. Do you know why? That was another great line. Do you know why Arthur had a round table? Every man was equal. So that was really cool too. So
except he had a sword.
yeah.
He's a little better than
And he was the king.
Yeah. But we're equal-ish.
Ish. Next week, what would you guys like to watch next week? We haven't really talked about it.
I don't even know what came out.
Nothing crazy. We could do Layer Cake.
Layer cake.
The Daniel Craig. You're in?
What's it about?
He's like a drug dealer in London.
I watched that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's older, right?
2004.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2005.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying to get out of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure it's the right one. Yeah.
Yeah. You in?
Is that the one where he's got the drug house in the basement bottom of the tank? Like it's a trail.
That's a Gentleman. That's a Gentleman.
Oh, okay.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Oh man, that's a great
Where the
with
boys
Matthew
come in there and
McConaughey.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's different.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it's not that.
That was a cool movie too, though.
That was great.
And he was trying to get out.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
better. That one's better than this one, I think.
The Gentleman is awesome.
Yeah.
But it's been a while since I've seen Layer Cake, but I also I just loved it.
Well, I've never seen it, so I'm down to watch it.
Okay, cool.
All right.
It makes it simple because then the week after, so we'll record the next episode sometime in the coming week, and then next weekend The Batman comes out. So we will be doing The Batman
Next
the
week.
following episode.
Next week, can we estimate what we think our scores are going to be?
For The Batman?
Yeah.
I'm estimating high on that.
I was pumped, but I don't know if I'm going to. I don't feel the same way anymore.
Oh, I'm super pumped. I'm seeing it Saturday the 5th. I'm seeing it next Saturday the 5th.
You already have tickets? Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna go check it out at that 4DX theater in DC. It's like
You told us this, right?
huh?
Didn't you tell us this?
I think I did.
Yeah.
You're right. Apologize.
No,
But
say it
we're,
again so they know.
We're gonna go see it in the 4DX down in DC. I forget. It's like a Regal or something. But
There's like rain in there.
it's more of like a ride kind of thing. So I've never done it before. So I felt like if I'm gonna
The
do it,
seats
let's do it.
move?
And it's
I don't know. I've
and you're
never
wearing
been.
3D glasses?
I don't think you wear 3D glasses.
So that ride that we did where we played the game in Ocean City?
Sure.
That was 4D.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised
Oh.
if you had to wear glasses.
Cool. I mean, if it is cool, and if it's a weird experience, then
I
whatever.
get screwed up with those. I get like headache if I watch that shit for too long.
Yeah,
I've
I
only-
don't fuck with 3D.
I've only ever done one other movie in the moving seats, and that was Hardcore Henry. Do you guys remember that movie? That was filmed all in first person.
Was it
I
hard?
know, yeah,
It's
I know.
hard. Oh yeah.
It's like a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
I watched it on Net.
Sitting in the
one of
chair
them, yeah.
while you're it was
No way.
pretty wild.
Couldn't do it.
Did they give you a gun to hold?
I wish that.
No, he just held his hands like that. though.
Ben was like his whole thing.
Nobody look at me.
Well, so like that's your POV,
He had it-
right? You're sitting there,
he had
but
his
like all
Xbox
you
controller.
see, all you see is the guy's arms with the gun out. It was pretty cool.
He's one shot.
Yeah, I've never
He's one
seen
shot.
That wasn't a phrase back then. That wasn't a phrase till 2020.
Fucking camper.
Okay, Layer Cake next. The Batman after that.
Yep.
Anything else you boys want to say? Like, share, subscribe, right?
Yeah,
Like, share,
do
subscribe.
it.
And let us know if you like this new format. We were kind of like just
Doesn't matter
figuring it
what you
out last
think.
week, but I think doing it the way we're doing it, shout out to you, Eva. I think this is the way we should do it.
This is the way.
I like this.
This
yeah.
is the way.
And in just a few weeks, I'll be able to get drunk on these again and talk bad.
Boom.
I won't cuss though.
All right.
Love you guys.
Thank you, guys. Love you.
Real talk for real movies, yeah, we'll listen. Real life on real hype, you feel different. Underrated, appreciated, or barely made it. You let us know at Law Bay, yeah, you really hate it. And Christmas like in the past, he thought it going better. And like Jess, it didn't show up and we don't let him. It's real talk, no theoretical, though it ain't invisible, man. It's so dependable, damn. You can't see him if it's dark or bright. Ask Chris with his Miller Lite. Or Blockbuster, it's so good, right? Candyman or Tony Dodd or Holy God. I mean the devil all the time, or release a lie. Apocalypto, go against the grain like your boy Adam, who drink Jack like Jungle Anna, Nick Mullins. Educators, tell us what you know about him. Is it bad or good like Peanut Butter Falcon? Special guests like Danny D and Dave Arnold. Let us look to the future, Event Horizon. In real life, the movie will never stop. Till it does, we drop, and there's no getting up. Until then, subscribe and they let you know the tops. Only way to know for sure is to watch. So shut up and drink your pops, your soda and corn pops. And listen to the real life movie talk. Movie talk. I'm isolated like the lady in black, and I seek revenge for these movies that whack.
Bro.
We don't need to do that. I already did it once.
But if you cut it into 2 videos, won't you need to?
We're
sync the
very
sound
professional.
I'll try it. Yeah, let's do it again. Here we go. All right.
Bye, podcast people. Did you want
ya.
to say something about food and candy or whatever?
Nope.
Solidarity.
All right.
Damn, it cut you right off. Did you see the power? Did you see the happiness in his power?
You said you want to say something. He said nope.
His eyes were like, "Oh, just shut John right up." With
Did you or
this."
not? Did you or did you not say no?
Start the damn movie review. Okay? I gotta pee again. I'm gonna leave right in the middle of this.